Let's get it, my man.
Hell yeah.
Episode 33 is upon us. I hope all you rounders out there are doing well. Jimmy, how are you doing?
Man, I'm doing good, man. It's crazy coincidence. It's episode 33. I turned 33 on Monday.
Yeah, big birthday special.
Yeah.
Jimmy's birthday this weekend.
So we're just throwing down a podcast before the party. You know what I mean?
Yeah, having the annual cookout for his birthday at his parents' house.
Yeah.
Mr. Jim on the grill. It's just a beautiful thing.
Yeah, man. We already got the wings, the cases of beer, cookie cake ordered.
I can't
You
wait.
know what I'm saying?
We're mere hours
I mean, for
away.
those of you out there, we've been doing this since I was like 14. So
Yeah.
it's a big tradition.
Yeah, your 16th birthday was the first one I participated in.
Yeah. So,
Every year. It's
well,
awesome.
before that, nobody had, you couldn't drive over.
True.
Think about it.
True.
Yeah.
Today is July 9th. We celebrated America's birthday this past weekend.
Yeah.
Hope everyone had a blast. I know we did.
Yeah, we had a good time.
It was
Had a good
fun.
time.
Yeah, Saturday was good. James was on the struggle bus a little bit. We won't talk about it. He
Hey,
came around.
Yeah, I pushed through. Took a
did.
lot, but I pushed through.
Yeah. Puke and rally is an understatement.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all right. Yeah, I had a blast out on the boat. Sunday, pool day. And then Monday, pool day too. Went down to my grandma's pool. Cooked out for her. That was fun.
Yeah, did you talk to her about getting on here?
Yes.
What'd you say?
Still interested.
All right, well, we're going to get her on.
Still
We
interested.
have to.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. We got to go to her, obviously, but
That's no big deal.
not a problem. Today, we have a few just like interesting things that happened this week around the world, which we will talk about. I also put a post up about your best birthday gift you've ever got since it's James's birthday this weekend.
Yeah.
So we got a couple of responses and then finished up sports recap and what to look forward to this weekend, including the McGregor fight, the Euro final, a lot of stuff happening.
And as always, if you're following us live on Twitch, hit us up in the comments. If you have a comment or a question or anything you would just like to say, we'll hit that up as well before the sports section.
Yeah, and that's twitch.tv/AroundWTheBoys, which is our handle on all social medias, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. Follow us.
Around W, the boys.
Around W, the boys. First order of business. A photo came out today of someone flying their helicopter or something over Dodger Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
It was empty, except for a table with a white tablecloth, two people sitting at it, and then a bar set up to the side with a butler. It was Drake
Damn.
and some female.
Damn.
Now, okay, you got to be some sort of fucking baller
Yeah.
to have a dinner date on the infield of Dodger Stadium with not a soul in it.
First off, how much do you think that cost?
Dude, there's no talent. There's no talent. I mean, I went to...
No pun intended, ballpark me. Sorry, I couldn't.
That was great.
Couldn't resist.
No, that was great. So the company I used to work for back in the day, one of the pharma companies,
Mhm.
we had our sales meeting in Phoenix.
Yeah.
And our dinner was actually on the infield of the Diamondbacks thing. But that's like a company event. Like
Yeah.
we were talking like to the staff and we're like, does this happen often? They're like, most every night there's not a game. Yeah.
That's pretty badass.
Like it's just a thing that companies do.
Mhm.
Which was super cool. I mean, like
Yeah.
playing catch with my brother in the outfield. And then we went back 4 months later for a Mets game.
Yeah,
Which
and
was
that
awesome.
is badass.
Yeah. But like to be solo and they zoomed in on it, it's kind of grainy. You could definitely tell it's Drake.
Yeah.
And the guy at the bar is just dressed like perfect tuxedo butler.
Heck yeah.
Just like on some fucking G shit.
I wonder what was on the menu.
Probably lobster.
Like, is
I
that
had
is
to
that
guess.
what rich ballers eat like on the rig?
Yeah, I mean, if you probably listen to enough songs, he'd probably tell you. And they were watching something on the Jumbotron.
Dude, he's so like I'm not a big Drake fan. Like he's just monotone. It's like there's no variety there.
There's a reason he won like the artist of the decade for the billboards.
I mean, I get it. Yeah, he's good, but
He is, regardless if you like him or not, really, really fucking good at what he does.
dude, he's perfect at what he does. I'm just saying, for me, my personal preference is just
Yeah, I don't know if you listen to enough of it. I mean, he changes it up.
I don't know, man.
But for a guy who can like is so like touchy, in with his R&B like lovey side,
yeah,
he's got bars.
dude, and he
no
does.
around
I'm
it.
just saying his delivery is so just like
Yeah, it is. Yeah, relatively
Yeah.
the same. Yeah,
I'm going away on a thing.
yeah.
You know,
I feel like that's like a Canadian thing though.
is it? Well, whatever. He's his own. Like, there's nobody like him.
Exactly.
So that and I'm not. Look, I'm not she's a fucking hater.
No,
I'm not a
no,
fucking
no.
hater. It's
I'm
just,
not saying that.
yeah, I just don't like. That's
It's not your preference.
I jump in the car and I don't pop on Drake. That's not my first thing.
Right.
You know what I
But
mean?
you agree that
Or,
the
like,
dude's
ever.
really good. So
No, he is fucking great.
yeah, if anyone wants to take a girl on a date, just rent out a whole MLB stadium to yourself. I'm
First
sure
off,
it's cheap.
that's my goal. I want to be that rich where I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'm not dealing with people today. I want
Yeah.
a lot of space. Where could we go?
Wouldn't
I don't know.
surprise me if he took a
ball stadium.
helicopter and like landed it on the outfield.
Repelled. Oh, I thought you were
Right,
saying
yeah.
he repelled in.
Yeah, him and the
Alright.
girl, they base jumped from the chopper, parachuted in.
Shit.
Which would
But
be badass.
I'd love to be that butler. I bet he got a good tip.
How fat was that tip?
Damn, son.
Sheesh. So yeah, that's some baller shit I thought was pretty cool.
It is cool.
Along the lines of entertainment, we came across a story about two TikTokers from Canada.
Yeah. Oh, that's a little Canadian theme there.
Yeah,
Didn't
here we
even
go.
think about that.
Keep it on the Canadian theme. And they were, how about that? On vacation in LA.
Wow.
Wow. Connections. Anyways, they were walking to a friend's house for a party and saw a bush with really pretty flowers.
Beautiful yellow flowers.
So they decided to take a big whiff.
Mm-hmm.
Joke's on them.
Yeah.
Turns out these flowers are angel's trumpet, also
Mm-hmm.
known as devil's breath.
Yeah.
They make you hallucinate extremely bad, like tripping balls.
They literally, on the article, it said the world's scariest drug. And it's like, it's in a flower.
Yeah. So it was first found in 1880,
Yeah. The first time it was like,
discovered as a...
or like used for that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was used heavily in World War One.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
Well, they used it. All right. So they used it as truth serum. So they'd capture, if they got like POWs or whatever, they
Well-
try to get intel out of them.
yeah. And then it was really heavily adopted by the Nazis.
Yeah. Because that dude, I mean, you know, I like, it's as terrible as it sounds, but the Nazis did full-fledged experiments on,
Yeah, it's awful.
on people. And like, so that was one of them. And then later in the Cold War, because everybody, if you haven't, you should look up some documentaries on the CIA during the Cold War about LSD and all that.
Mhm.
Because they were trying to figure out what they could give somebody to give them all the intel.
Yeah.
And that's basically what this flower was used for. And so they were doing that as well.
Right.
And they were trying to do mind control, which that's a whole nother spinoff I
I
could
got
do.
mind control over Debo.
That's another spinoff I could do for you. But anyway, so these chicks are stopping and literally smelling the roses.
Yeah.
So they thought.
So, and did it say too that it was like a TikTok, one of the, God knows how many TikTok trends or something like that, or they just happened
Yeah,
to?
it wasn't I didn't see anything about trends.
Mm.
And I'm not even on TikTok, so I don't know
The
about
one chick said she was at home, right? And
No, this was at the party.
at the at the party.
Yeah, so they sniffed the flowers. They're on TikTok. Look at these beautiful flowers, these big ass yellow flowers, because they, you know, it looks like a Disney movie. These flowers, how big they are.
Right.
But so I guess they were on there just sniffing it, giggling, la di da. They walk to the house. They start feeling like, it said in the article, they said something like socially awkward and mute and like,
Yeah, didn't want to talk.
so basically
to
like
anybody.
you're just stoned off your ass at first, and then apparently she like tried to go into another like room to get away from people and started hallucinating. Said she literally saw like a black figure, like shaped like a person, but it's this figure sit down beside her and put a needle in her arm, like it was giving her a drug. How fucked up is that?
Oh yeah, she said she couldn't speak or move.
Yeah. Yep, that was it. She was just sitting there
Paralyzed.
numb. Said she was trying to scream but couldn't.
Yeah.
And you know what that is? That kind of reminds me of what's it called? Sleep.
Terrors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because our roommate Captain DW,
Yeah.
or my roommate, he gets those. And if y'all don't know what that sleep terror is, it's called something else. It's like sleep. God, Chad, help
Someone's
me out.
gonna know it.
But anyway, sleep paralysis,
Yeah.
or something like that.
See, sleep paralysis.
Yeah, so if y'all don't know what that is, it's basically you wake up, but you're not fully awake, and you see like a shadowy figure in the corner, and then some people like say like Denny has told me like this figure, this fucked up. He said it looks like the Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
So this figure like comes over your body and like over your face, and you can't move, scream, or do anything,
Mm-hmm.
and then it just kind of goes away, and you go like back to sleep, and you come out of it.
Right.
So, like, that's kind of what I envisioned that she saw, but she went next level with this shit. The dude sat down beside her and injected her with something. So, they were tripping balls off of a flower. We might want to put that picture of the flower up there just so everybody knows.
I'll put it on the video.
Just so we're aware.
I might try to find the TikTok, actually, put the whole video up.
No, that'd be sick. I don't know where to begin to search for that. But
Yeah.
I just kind of, but in the article, they're like, yeah, well, we're from Canada, so we've never even, this is not in our hometown.
Hell of a vacation.
Never even seen that flower.
Fuck that, dude.
Dude, but could you imagine, like, telling people, everybody at the party is like, what the fuck is wrong with those two?
Stop to smell the roses.
Yeah, they're sitting there like, oh, what are they, on shrooms or something? And they're just like,
Way worse.
We smelled a flower. Like, this is crazy.
Damn, that would be terrible.
Isn't that nuts?
Mm.
But
I don't know what it's like to like completely lose control of your body like that. But I don't want to know.
Yeah, I
do not want to know.
No, but what I'm thinking is, back on this whole, they use it during the wars. It's like, are you really going to get the straight truth out of somebody if they're fucked up?
It's gonna be fabricated,
or fat, or bloated, or
like that,
exaggerated, I guess. Is
well,
the
what I'm
word.
saying, when you're on that much drug,
yeah.
Like now, a lot of people know, like it's microdosing of mushrooms helps people's brains think clearly and more open, and like yeah, that's proven. Yeah,
well, that's a golden rule. Everything in moderation.
Right, but even still, if you took one sniff of these flowers, you're probably still gonna go over. I don't even know if there is microdosing.
The way they described it was, this thing is like,
right. There is no microdosing,
and apparently they weren't just like, it was.
Oh, I'm sure they were all the way taking photos. Do it again. Oh my god. Oh, you didn't get not good lighting. Do it again. Just time after time.
And they probably smelled good, and they didn't even know they were doing. But again, I just don't know how you're gonna get the full coherent truth out of somebody, and then base that on military operations.
Here's the deal. It's nicknamed the Devil's Breath. I'm just not gonna fuck with it.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah,
that's wild for sure.
So,
but anyway,
don't smell.
Stay away from that flower, and dude, check out those 1960s like LSD documentaries, because that shit is wild. It makes you be like, dude, because it's just like the style of people back then, and then they take that and they start tripping, and it's on camera, it's in black and white, and it's like, it's weird. It's like a science fiction movie. Anyway,
well, that's some weird shit. On to some more weird shit. We're gonna go to the other side of the globe, to Russia. A Russian defense minister wants to resurrect a Scythian army.
Yeah.
So here's what happened. 2 decades ago, multiple Scythian warriors.
It was like 3,000.
Well, they were from 3,000.
Oh, that's my fault. Yeah.
But 2 decades ago,
yeah,
in Serbia, they discovered preserved Scythian warriors with their horses in the permafrost.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they found this in a place called the Valley of the King.
Yeah. In
Serbia. And before they excavated said fossils, well, I don't even know what you'd call that, they brought in a shaman so that they wouldn't get cursed, I guess.
Yeah, they brought the shaman in to like let the spirits know it's okay, or like try to keep the spirits at bay.
Dog, have you ever seen a shaman video?
Mm-mm.
They're just a lot of yelling of weird sounds.
Really?
Yeah,
like kind of like
it's like meditation mixed with like like you're in like one of them crazy churches videos you see. It's like, oh yeah, the devil, I'll pull this out of you. And next thing you know, they're fucking healed.
But is it like, you said sounds?
Yeah, it's like
so weird, I thought like
animal sounds.
Indian tribal sounds.
Yeah. It's like all of that. It's ain't for me.
Well, you know what it probably is though, because they believe, it's true. Like vibration, sound.
Well, that's what it is. To communicate with nature.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah, because sound and all that, like, sounds crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, you could literally move heavy objects with sound.
Yeah, and
which is wild.
Slower than light, which fucks me up too. Because like a fast plane passes you.
Yeah.
And you're looking up. Oh, I think I hear it right there, but it's over there.
Yeah, it really does trip you out. And we talked about it one time before. The first American, Chuck Yeager, to break the sound barrier.
Chuck Yeager
was a badass
name.
Like, dude, yeah, he's not scared.
No.
But they thought they literally didn't know if he was just gonna blow up. And then when he did break it, they thought he did blow up because it made that loud sound.
Yeah.
But they were like, well, where's the explosion? And then because they're sitting there with binoculars trying to find his ass. But anyway,
Charles Yeager is still a good thing. Good name, I think.
What, Charles?
Well, yeah, which is
Chuck.
Chuck is short.
Yeah.
Charles Yeager.
Dude, do you like Jaeger, the drink?
I like Jaeger bombs.
Do you really?
I mean, I'll do it if I can't drink. Like it has to be a Jaeger bomb. I'm just not gonna be like, oh, shots of Jaeger. No, like I need cold Red Bull. It needs to be cold.
It better be cold.
My older brother used to pound Jaeger.
Dude, that's insane. I remember the first time I tried Jaeger. We went snowboarding because we used to go snowboarding in Snowshoe, West Virginia,
mm-hmm.
every winter from like 16 years old till about like 23.
Last time I went was JD's bachelor party.
Yeah, that was badass.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I tried it, dude, and I was like, I mean, I was probably like 19 or something, but I thought that was the grossest shit.
Yeah, it's alcoholic licorice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't do licorice, and I
I'm not a big
I
fan
almost
of
spit it out, but I showed respect, swallowed it. But that's the last time I tried it.
I
But
mean,
it was that distinct, though. I guess is what I'm saying. The taste.
right. Dropping it into a cold cup of Jaeger, of Red Bull, changes it.
Yeah, I mean, for
Especially,
sure,
like,
for sure.
Yeah.
I like Irish car bombs better.
Anyways, back to this shit. My man's here, this Russian defense minister,
Yeah.
wants to clone and create two soldiers,
Mm-hmm.
two Scythian army soldiers from these 2-decade-old fossils.
Well,
Whatever you call them.
no. The discovery was 2 decades old, but yeah, from 3,000 years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
So
Sorry,
this-
these
so
warriors
this-
were 3,000
this to
years
me-
old, dead.
This is crazy shit. Because all you Star Wars fans out there, I mean, this is like the clone army.
Right.
Like the soldiers, they had the white, armor suits
Mhm.
rolling around. I mean, those were clones.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are clones in the movie. So this dude's like trying to do that. And it kind of goes into like China. I don't know if y'all seen like blurbs like this on the news, but they're trying to make like super soldiers. So all like the steroids, HGH, stem cell research, all that, they're trying to make like, So, I mean, maybe, and I'm just saying for futuristic type stuff, we're talking 200 years down the road, maybe Star Wars predicted what's going to happen in the future. Like
We're just up there in the
evil
galaxy battling.
Well, like evil nations making clones. Like,
Yeah.
okay, you're born, you're raised, you're just to fight and die. And you're not a part of society. You're just a fighter.
You know where I
You
think?
get what I'm saying?
You know what I think we're closer to
What?
is robotic soldiers. We're
True.
closer to that than cloning actual.
I
like,
think
I think we're closer to iRobot than we would be.
I think we're closer to the Chinese way of like hybrid soldiers. I think we're closer of like that of making stronger humans through stem cell and all that kind of stuff. Because the robotics and all that, like the agility of a human, the robotics are not there.
Oh, they're close.
I mean, okay, in terms of,
You've seen those Boston robotic videos, bro.
I'm saying in terms of motion, like when they make the human style robots, it's all rickety. It's all like that,
Yeah, not anymore though. They made one. I seen him. He was skateboarding, dude.
like legitimately.
Legitimate.
You're
Dude,
gonna have to pull this up.
I'll pull it up and show you. I'm just saying the advancement of technology over the last 10 years, especially in robotics,
Yeah.
is going at a much faster pace than we are to create these insane soldiers that can't even fight for 18 years. Well, I mean, probably sooner than that if you're.
But that's why I went with the hybrid soldiers, to how they're making them
just
take
giving
all
them
this
roids
crazy,
and all this shit.
getting all this crazy
Oh,
shit.
so
in
you
it.
mean like already
Like
people in the military, they're just hitting them with steroids?
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, well,
So like
that-
grooming,
yeah.
but there's science. Well, over there you're not volunteering, but
Yeah.
they're making you a science experiment. Like how
That's
much
fucked.
can this dude take? How much could that like making you run faster, long? I mean, like these soldiers, these special breed soldiers.
That's so fucked. Listen, I'm just
It's
not.
it's crazy though.
Like cloning in general, fucks me up. Like when they clone that sheep, right, Dolly or whatever.
Dolly, yeah.
yeah. Like that shit was wild to me.
I don't like. I
I'm
don't.
like, damn, man. And listen, I'm not afraid to admit this. I am terrified of dinosaurs.
And that is hilarious to me.
Listen, I don't care. I will not watch Jurassic Park, none of that shit. And it's like, you ever seen a gator? It's a dinosaur.
Yeah.
They're still around.
Yeah.
Huge sharks, all that shit. And these motherfuckers keep finding all these damn fossils,
Mm-hmm.
right? With the shit melting and whatnot. And you're sitting here, you think that they're not going to try to bring some shit, some fucking wild son of a bitch is going to try to bring some shit
Yeah.
back. I'm telling you, watch.
And John, you made a great point. And that's essentially what that movie did, Jurassic Park. Like they were
That's
making
what they
this-
did.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing about Hollywood, man. All these movies, like the Alien movies, like that kind of stuff, it's showing
It's almost foreshadowing. Like,
it's
yeah.
exactly what it's doing because, and dude, you can find a documentary on this, but like back in the 50s, or like when movies started getting real prevalent, the government got involved in like pushing certain ideas. Like
Mhm.
obviously during World War II, the war movies, we made that like, oh, we're doing great. Like so that just think that kind
yeah,
of
like Delta Force and shit.
exactly yeah. So
in
think
the
so
early
think
90s.
of, well, yeah, but I'm just saying back then, like World War II, there was those black and white movies, and they'd make them and then they'd ship them overseas, and the soldiers be watching. So
I had to watch one.
think like that concept, but for shit that human society is gonna have to deal with in the future, i.e., aliens, like cloning of things,
Fucking dinosaurs.
Yeah, I'm just
Listen,
that's
dude.
kind of a crazy thing, but
A T-Rex is eating at least a few bullets.
Oh, yeah,
For sure.
You better have a rocket launcher or whatever.
I mean, it already takes more than a few from a pistol for a bear.
Yeah. And dude, you know what's speaking of T-Rex, the article we didn't talk about, I'm gonna shout it out real quick. Over in China again, but they found a little T-Rex like bird. So it was a little T-Rex, like a little
that can fly.
Yeah, like 4 or 5 inches that had wings back in the day.
Listen, you think a mosquito bite hurts? Imagine that motherfucker coming at you.
Yeah.
Dude,
oh my
you just gotta carry a tennis racket with you.
Dude, especially if it's the scale of a mosquito bite. Because that's what always blows my mind. This little bitty ass thing bites you, and that shit hurts. Like legit, right?
Yeah.
So if you got a 6-inch little T-Rex flying around like a bird.
That's what I'm saying. T-Rex doves. Cruising around.
Dude.
Yeah, it's a wrap, dude. I mean, I'm talking BB guns would sell out.
Dude, yeah, fuck BB. And fuck birdshot. I have buckshot on those guys. Like, you're out of here.
But this is all. So bringing this all back to cloning, I just don't. This dude wants to clone these fucking wild soldiers. Like,
see, that's why I don't. Everybody.
But how you can't clone their brain so that like they're born where you make them and they're like, oh, like 3,000 years ago.
No,
like, no,
it's just gonna be. It's gonna be if it goes well, it's gonna be a fucking human.
But with that body type. And shit.
It would have their
all their attributes, right? It would have all their attributes.
It would. I mean, I don't know if those people back. I mean, I don't know I guess we could have looked up the average IQ of a 3,000-year-old. I mean,
percentage of
who the fuck knows? I would go to say if evolution is true, they weren't on average. The IQ weren't as high as now.
I mean, surviving in the wild is probably the only thing they know.
Yeah, I mean that's tough as shit.
Yeah,
but that's not like rocket science.
I mean,
literally, you know.
Yeah, like if you're born into that and that's all you know, that's all you know.
But are you a fan of cloning? Because I am not.
No.
Mm-mm.
No, not at all.
What I am a fan of is like that stem cell research. Like if you had like if we could eventually say I have to, like your arm gets decapitated, like if we could grow your arm back, like some crazy shit like that.
Oh, to bring okay, yeah.
You know, or if like you get shot, say a soldier,
or something?
Yeah, or cancer,
get it amputated, but we're gonna grow you a new one.
Yeah, or like
that would be wild.
So like any kind of thing like that, or like so I think it's like the stem cell shit is to like make an organ better, like to rebuild your organ.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking of like that got damaged or you got shot, you like threw and hit something, you could rebuild that tissue through stem cell research.
Would be very cool.
Yeah, and I think that kind of stuff's okay because that's not like playing God.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
You know what I'm saying? Because cloning's playing God. Like,
look, I'm not for fabrication. If you can put something into your body to make it regrow, then okay, fine. But like, as far as like this is a fake human that we created.
Yeah.
Nah.
And what I mean by playing God is like you're making a human.
I know what you mean.
You're making a human that's just a science experiment. It's not worth anything. It's just
right.
It's a soul just out there for your fucking pleasure. I'm like, nah, dog.
No, I'm not for that. So that Russian minister needs to check himself before.
And I wasn't for Dolly that one either. I was against that because that seemed like a bad trajectory.
Yep. All right, on to some other crazy shit. I did not know this, but it turns out we have not one but two, apparently, natural satellites orbiting our planet.
Now that it's not fact.
It's not fact. Supposedly,
this was conspiracy from the 50s.
So what we're gonna talk about is called the Black Knight satellite. If anyone wants to check it out,
you type that in on Google right now, and you will see on the images. It's just like literally looks like a little, almost like a shark tooth floating around.
Yeah, but it definitely looks. It's not. It doesn't look natural to me.
No, it does not look natural.
So this was made public in 1954 by a UFO researcher. NASA claims it's a thermal blanket that flew off when they were repairing a satellite.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to bring this all the way back to the 1800s.
Mm-hmm.
To a little man named Nikola Tesla.
Yep. Late 1800s.
Late 1800s in Colorado Springs, Tesla designs the first wireless transmission radio. Mm-hmm. And was receiving signals.
Yeah.
In the late 1800s. As the only man on the planet.
With a fucking radio. Now, see, today, in that article, NASA goes out and says, oh, those were solar pulses or some shit like that he was picking up.
Get the fuck out of here.
But the thing about it was he was getting that, like, instantly. It wasn't like, and I think these solar pulses they're talking about are in random bursts. Mm-hmm. So that would have mean, like, he would have had to turned that shit on and got that at the precise time, he could have picked up those bursts.
Mhm.
That's the way I interpreted it. It might not be completely correct, but I just think so. So the conspiracy is that he hit that radio thing, threw the burst out there, and that satellite pinged it back.
That satellite pinged it back. So the satellite had already been there, is what they think.
Yeah.
Now, in 1927, a Norwegian engineer picks up echoes 3 seconds after a transmission had ended.
Mm-hmm. So you're fast forwarding about 30 years from when Tesla first did this, and now this other guy did it, and he got radio signals back.
Right.
And it's like
1954, it gets made public that 2 national satellites satellites were orbiting the Earth.
So this was a UFO researcher guy back in. So I mean, UFO research has been going on since the 30s, really.
Yeah.
20s and 30s, way before Roswell. So this guy, I mean, he was in the he went to the Naval Academy, then joined the Marines, got out, then went back and helped fight in World War II and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But along his career, he had friends and insiders in the government, and so he had an insider in the Pentagon that told him that they had discovered 2 satellites orbiting the Earth, unnatural. So,
right.
And we hadn't at that time we didn't put up a satellite on paper until I think it was 59 or 60. I can't remember which one. The Russians put up the first satellite. We put up the next one.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're tracking these things back then, I mean, so the grand scheme of the theory is people think, especially the ancient alien people think that this was an alien society 13,000 years ago that put up a satellite just to keep tabs on the Earth's development.
Yeah, just like a security camera.
Exactly, like a trail cam.
A trail cam, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Especially if they had something to do with maybe not the creation of humans, or they helped influence. Because if you look at the pyramids were all over the Earth. And these are people that did not travel all over the Earth, at that time.
Pyramids in general fuck me up.
Yeah.
Because they are incredibly heavy stone.
Mm-hmm.
And to have the manpower to perform the engineering that it takes to do all that.
Yeah, we still couldn't do it. And that's the thing, man. They had to do all that, and they show all these crazy ways of how they made it. They said they rolled the big ass square cubes on wooden planks to roll them like that.
Yeah.
And it's still you have to put it on this damn wood and then push it or pull it.
And maybe logs as a
that's what they
rolling
said.
Mechanism.
But to make all that shit from where they got it from would have been impossible.
And where the hell are they getting them damn logs out there in the desert?
Exactly. There's so many factors, and then that again. This goes into the whole. If you've ever looked at the ancient alien theory, it's there was aliens here that kind of either enhanced humans, going from Neanderthals to a little more smarter. So think about it. We're talking about stem cell research and cloning. If aliens back then came around and was looking at these Neanderthals and said, hold on a second, we'll make them a little smarter and we could use these cats. That's their theory, is that they use this as little worker bees. And so they kind of
fine-tuned us.
Mm-hmm.
How about that?
And then we went on our way. But it's how else you look at my favorite, since we're on this tangent, my favorite ancient astronaut ones are the buildings that they cut rock and it's a perfect right angle. Or they'll put holes in it, and it's they didn't have machinery back then.
Yeah. And
it almost looks like the only way you could have done it is with a laser. You know what I mean? And it's how the fuck do these people that didn't even know what a triangle was,
Mm-hmm.
or didn't know all this shit.
Yeah.
How did they figure that out?
Yeah, I don't know.
And the craziest one was I can't remember. I think it was in maybe South America. But anyway, Sumerians were they were the ones who came up with the alphabet. They were the first ones to have written language. Cuneiform is what it was called.
Huh.
Okay. Now in this village, I can't remember if it was South America or somewhere else, but it was thousands of miles away, had that language.
Holy shit.
On a stone. And it's dude,
is that
there's no way that the Sumerian people traveled to that point. So their point was, maybe it was whoever the ruling alien, whatever, had taught them that language and also taught this tribe of people across the way, which is the whole thing about, that's why they think pyramids are all over the Earth, because aliens back in the day like show people around the earth technology and how to do things, how to make things better, that kind of deal. Anyway.
Well, anyway, that's wild.
Interesting shit. Just on a rainy day, type in ancient aliens and get wild.
Also, quick alien update. Check out the UFO video from July 2nd in Germany.
Yeah, that one was kind of crazy.
Wild.
Dude was driving down the road and there was like this.
It was like a mountain road and there was like a huge UFO just above him.
Yeah. It was weird and it kind of like veered off in the tree line and the dude's getting it in the car. He's not like going slow.
No, not at all.
So
not at all. In 1998, the photo of the black satellite was taken.
Mm-hmm.
The Black Knight satellite.
Yeah. And so you already said they said it was a thermal blanket. Now, when you look at this picture, John is going to put it up there for us. Shit does not look like a blanket or like a thermal. It looks like a structural piece.
Yeah.
A weird form, albeit, doesn't look like a man-made thing, but it doesn't look like just a natural piece of rock either.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's very strange to me. But I'll put the photo up. But yeah, fucking wild. I don't know how we brought that up this week, but
it was on that interesting article thing.
Oh yeah,
it was one of them on there.
Fuck that. I don't know. I don't even want to think about that because it's like, damn, how long have we been being watched?
Dude,
all right.
Exactly.
To round it up, this would have been a hell of a birthday gift.
What?
This happened this week. A man in Maine was, I guess, given this house, passed down through the family, and proceeded from his great aunt, right? His great aunt inherited it from her uncle in 1930.
Yeah.
So it had been around for a while.
Mm-hmm.
My man's is in the house, looking through things, busts open a closet, proceeds to find a 16-inch by 16-inch painting that is inspired by the stage curtain for the 1919 Russian ballet, Le Tricorne. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Dude, I'm glad you said it, not me.
Turns out the painting had been there for 5 to 6 decades. It did not look original. It was original. It was signed by the artist who did it. He goes by the little name of Picasso. It was valued at $150,000. A 16-inch by 16-inch painting of a stage curtain of a Russian ballet. Damn. Like, so you get this crib in Maine from your great aunt, who's had probably passed, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, not only do you get that, you get a treasure chest of $150,000.
Yeah, and at first when they saw it, they were just going to put it like along with the estate sale. They're like,
yeah, because it didn't look original.
They thought it was just a print.
Yeah, I thought it was a print.
Like this old style of paper. They thought it was older, but just a print.
Picasso lived till he was 91. He had over 13,500 paintings, which is a lot of fucking paintings.
Yeah, that's no small number.
No small number. But my man's, that's a diamond in a haystack. What was it? A needle in a haystack? Diamond in the rough.
Yeah, needle in the haystack.
I almost said a diamond in a haystack. But shit, dude, $150,000. Would you sell it or would you hold it?
Man,
I guess it depends on that guy's situation.
It definitely depends on the situation, but that's a great question because
you just got a free crib. So
well, on Sirius Satellite Radio, because I always travel for work.
Yeah.
There's I forget the company name, but now they're basically going on there saying you can invest in fine art because they say art only appreciates over time. So like they're literally like this goes up percentually more than the S&P every year.
Right.
Your piece of art.
Yeah.
So to that point, if I was in good shape, I wouldn't sell it.
No, not at all.
But if I was in bad shape, it'd be out of here. I'd sell it in a heartbeat.
If I came across that right now, it's gone. So I can fucking buy a crib.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
It's out.
Yeah, I'm not in the best shape right now, so I'd probably sell it.
Yeah, like I'd have to be pretty chill.
But I did find that company. That's a great idea.
Phenomenal.
If you can invest in that kind of stuff. But then you got to go to the whole thing of like, because I'm in the furniture business, my immediate thoughts were, okay, I'll invest in it, but if it gets fucked up in transportation and all that kind of shit and devalues, like I need to see the paperwork and like see the fine details of that situation.
Yeah, and that's where the insurance comes in.
I mean, there's insurance to it, but like, dude, you're talking about safety.
I would need to know where it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or
God forbid, old Nicolas Cage come in there and steal that shit.
I'd be going to find him, so I don't care how crafty he is.
Dude, yeah. What was that movie?
Oh God, National Treasure.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Mhm.
I almost had a night at the museum.
That was with the comedian guy,
Mm.
Ben Stiller.
Big ears.
Mm-hmm.
Big ears. So that would be a really cool birthday gift, which brings us to our question. This is your birthday.
Yeah.
What's the best birthday gift or like birthday memory you have?
All right. So for me, I don't. In my family, like we do Christmas real big. All the other stuff is kind of. I mean, you get like a T-shirt or two, like
Yeah, you guys go ham on Christmas.
Yeah, we go hard on Christmas, and everything else is kind of whatever.
The party.
Yeah, just kind of
The party is more like your birthday gift.
exactly. So my favorite thing about my birthdays is I get to see everybody gets, especially nowadays, because everybody's working, has families. This brings us all together, like everybody.
It's funny, because there's events throughout the year, but it seems like every time it's your birthday cookout at your parents', which has been happening since the Little Crossman's house, and now at the estate, as I call it.
Yeah.
Shit is badass.
Yeah.
Everyone always makes it.
Yeah, or at least
Like they pop by.
Yeah, they at least try to, and it's a good thing, man. Because like honestly, like because my parents, I mean that they love it. They love seeing everybody.
Yeah, I think they love the fact that we're there more so than it's your birthday.
Oh, fact. I mean, this doesn't. I'm out of the house. You know what I mean? But like, I mean, ever since even the Crosswinds days. I mean, I lived in a little 1-story house with my dad.
Yeah.
We had a screened-in porch, which fucking sucked helping him. But when I was 15, we helped make that back porch. But then everybody could come over. But we had always had the birthday parties. You're talking like 10 people crammed in there, and like my aunt, uncle, everybody.
Just crammed the
now,
tiniest little kitchen and everything.
Yeah, now we can spread our feet out.
Oh yeah, get the pool and the whole back bar and all that. Dude, it's sweet, but it's like every year. I mean, your dad made that addition, that bonus room, one for him to chill in. It was like that's when I started learning, like really learning about electronics. Because I remember he had a CPU tower hooked up to the TV.
Yeah.
And he had he's like, yeah, check this out. And he like switched the input, and he had a wireless keyboard mouse. He's like, now I'm on the computer. I was like, dude. Yo, like that's awesome.
Yeah.
But god dang, there'd be like 8-9 of us sitting in that room.
Yeah. So I guess in terms of presents, I know there's not a birthday present that sticks out to me because we do Christmas, like I've explained. But I will say the memories from all my birthdays has been great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And again, I just like how it brings everybody together. And now seeing all my friends' little kids, like I'm at the grocery store getting all the food supplies, and I'm getting Capri Suns, and stuff like that.
It's cool though.
Oh no, it's great. I like being an uncle. It's very, very cool.
Exactly. I'm happy they're not mine.
All right, well,
but I'm cool to hang with them.
Yeah, I'm good right where I'm at.
Yeah, I'm straight too.
You know what I'm saying?
For me, I'd have to say it was probably my 21st birthday, and not for like what everyone thinks, right? Like I found out about a month before my 21st birthday that Rubbermaid was cutting me a check for like $12,000.
Yeah.
Because when I was a baby model as a child, I was in magazines and all this shit, and when I was under contract, my mom had this. I might have told the story. I got this little Tykes toy. I cut my head. She wasn't even trying to sue. She was just trying to get the toy pulled. Anyway, she settled. I could have got $10,000 at 18th birthday or $12,000 at 21st birthday. She opted for that. Didn't tell me until about a month before my birthday, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And she's like, "Yeah, it should be here." So I contacted the company, the whole deal. And they told me the check would be there on the birthday or whatever, and it got there like May 7th, and my birthday is the 16th.
Yeah,
I was like, "Damn!" And that summer, dude, woo. I remember I was paying people $50 to cover my shift at most.
Yeah, for real.
I'm going on the boat. Fuck y'all.
Yeah, that might have been my favorite birthday present. That one. That was a fun summer.
We were living in Clear Run and just.
Let me tell you about times were hard. Like they were hard. So
hard and clear.
You had the drop top or the chop top Bronco.
Sold it though when I got that money. I got the Land Rover, but the Bronco was fun. But Clear Run. Remember we used to get like shitty chicken breasts and boiling bag rice. And like a can of peas, and I'd cook that shit on like a fucking George Foreman.
We had the George Foreman
with a John Boy and Billy's house, and we thought we were living large.
We were living large, man. We were killing it.
20 years old,
dude. We had Frank Sinatra nights out there.
Oh, the first.
We thought we were the Heat. Son.
Yeah, so the first night, James and I used to do this shit. The first night that it would drop below, not even free, when it was cold, like when you could see your breath, I think is what it was.
Yeah,
we would do Frank Sinatra night, and we would buy cigars for like
and like the $6 bottle of red wine.
Yeah, each.
And like we were on the bottom floor, and so like where it was, there was a road right here, and then a Best Buy right across from it. So I mean, this is a busy little place.
Yeah.
And they were just ripping these big ass cigars, thinking we're the heat, blaring Sinatra on the first floor. Everybody below us is getting along too. Like we're all getting it.
Yeah, it was
a good little tradition.
Yeah, the building we lived in was cool too, because we were just surrounded by people our age.
Mhm.
But we busted the screen out of the screened-in porch since we were on the level floor,
Yeah.
and we used to put a couch out in the grass when it was nice out, and
Oh,
there's
yeah.
a sign that said "You honk, we drink."
I feel like we were like, I mean, I see that all the time now, but I feel like we were at least, I wouldn't say the first, but we were close.
Yeah, we were in the generation 1
Yeah.
of that.
We also at that place got some Jehovah's Witnesses to play cornhole with us. They didn't drink,
Oh my god!
but they played a full game. And it was summertime. We were out there in bathing suits and all that. And these cats are in, they're a little suit and tie,
Yeah,
sweating balls, but they were getting into it. They loved it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They almost.
And they were our age. That's what was so crazy. It's like, man, these little cats riding up on a bicycle, and we're out here just fucking shit house in a parking lot. Like they're trying, like, look, dude, we all believe in God, but you guys want to play?
Yeah, yeah.
And dude, they did.
Yeah, you got next. Like, come on, you want to get slapped real quick
yeah.
in this game? Because we know y'all ain't good.
Hell no.
Oh,
Them little arms, man.
so we had some responses. Scene.
Mm-hmm.
Taylor said that his favorite gift was his first truck, Old Bertha,
Yeah.
which is ironic.
It is ironic. He said Old Bertha, and I forgot he called it that because I remember the first time, like my birthday party, it got canceled when I was 8 years old because Hurricane Bertha hit on my birthday. And
You told this story, I mean, for years, and
Yeah.
you're like, man, nah, man, fuck Hurricane Bertha, man.
yeah, dude, because like as a little kid, man, you told everybody at school, you had this whole thing planned out, and then no, there's a hurricane that
Womp
hits,
womp.
and it was like, man, and then, dude, I don't know, I was like, maybe I shouldn't like. It's not all about me. Da, da, da. You have those little things, and when you're a kid, you think of things a little different.
Yeah.
And then I was like, man, I don't know. That's
No,
why I've
when you're
always.
a kid, it is all about you. You're jacked.
Yeah.
It's my birthday party.
But that kind of, I would say that was a good lesson for young Jimmy. And I was like, look, bud,
Yeah.
Now other shit's important.
Yeah.
You understand?
So Taylor's truck, Old Bertha, was like I think he got it brand new. I could be wrong about that. But it was like a gray, like a gunmetal gray GMC Sierra 1500 extended cab. He had the lift, the fucking Flowmaster.
Look, we're in the South, right? So at our high school, if you played baseball, you dipped Grizzly Wintergreen long cut, which everybody still does. And if you didn't play ball, you probably did it anyway.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, if you hunted or you shot a gun in your life, probably a good chance you're going to have a big ass truck with some big tires and a lift, obnoxiously loud with a huge antenna and your little radio in there.
So I had that too, but I had a Jeep, a Grand Cherokee that was lifted with all that shit.
Yeah.
But Taylor's truck was it was loud, but it wasn't like this motherfucker at the end of my street has a loud truck because it's shitty exhaust and you just hear it. And like he fucking saw me last night and like put it in neutral and hit the gas. He's just a little prick.
That's another. Why do they think I'm impressed by that?
Yeah, and I like literally look at him, I'm like, dude, you're a clown. Like, stop it.
Yeah.
But Taylor, that truck had a nice sound.
No, it sounded good, but it was funny though. We'd always hear him coming
Oh yeah, you knew he was.
because it was a
yeah.
distinct sound from that truck. I don't know what that was, but that one has a distinct sound. But I have a neighbor as well, and when I go to Havelock, I'm up at like 6:20, 6 o'clock,
Yeah.
and dude, it's almost like every time, dude, I turn off the water in the shower and I just hear this fucking and I'm like, motherfucker, dude. Like or not turn off, turn on. Like I hadn't even I just wiped the coal out my eye and I hear this fucking neck just going hard at 6:30 in the morning. Like, dude,
Yeah.
that's why I could never do that. That or stick shift. I'm not gonna annoy myself. You imagine being hungover, driving,
Having to drive a stick shift, especially in a city.
yeah, no chance. No chance. Or that big truck. Like, I couldn't even get out the door and look at that truck. Like, nah, man. You're not growling at me today, dude. I throw up everywhere.
I think now at this age, yeah, but back then hangovers were non-existent.
Oh, dude.
And like this kid down here, he just graduated from high school last year, and like listen, I get it. And
He
shit.
went to Laney?
Yeah. And lo and behold, anyone want to take a guess at? Here, I'll give you a hint. his truck's not level. Okay, the fucking ass end is down, and like that shit. I'm so glad they're outlawing it.
Now, when that comes to that outlaw, is that like how far of a squat or just any squat?
No, you just can't do it because you can't see over the fucking hood, and
Yeah.
there's so many people getting rear-ended.
Yeah,
And since your truck is up like that, you're driving onto the back of small sedans,
like on the windshield and shit,
on the back window, yeah.
crushing it.
And you just look like a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
Like, why do you buy? It'll never make sense to me. Like, if you get a pickup truck and it's 2-wheel drive, it's probably going to be it's going to be low to the ground. That's fine. You bought it. But if you have a 4-wheel drive pickup truck, why in the world would you want to lower it?
I don't know, and I feel like getting into it would be almost like getting into the fucking space shuttle. Like you get into the rocket ship, like how, like you're always at
Yeah,
that. Yeah, you're at that angle, about to take off.
Yeah, like you're in a fucking goddamn
And not to mention, if I have a truck,
roller coaster.
I want to be able to pull. I mean, I'm sure you can still pull shit with your trailer, but I'm sure it wouldn't look.
At the end of the day, it looks ridiculous.
Dude, it looks bad.
It just looks ridiculous.
It looks like that guy, dude. So we were out there on the 4th, and this dude had these tubers going by, and his ass was sitting there. So when you take off on a boat, you have to get it on plane. Otherwise, your boat's just like that.
Mhm.
So this man was just up. Like, you remember seeing him?
Yeah, and everyone around was just qualified.
Yeah, dude. His shit was up, like straight up in the air, about to flip over. He was like sprinting to the front of it, like fucking what's his face, Leo in Titanic, just to try to get it on plane. I was like, dude.
And then he gets it on plane.
Yeah.
And he's got his 2 kids in the tube,
Mm-hmm.
and my man is just fucking hauling ass through the inlet.
Yeah.
4th of July. Like, what are you doing? Why are you here?
Dude,
Like,
just begging for something to happen.
oh man, if you don't follow Qualified Captain on Instagram, do it at Qualified Captain.
And
Just,
as a person who does drive a boat, I'm terrified about being on there one day. So like,
I told Yulo, he just got a boat. I sent
Yeah.
him. He doesn't follow the camp. He follows it now.
mm-hmm.
And I was like, listen, here's the main golden rule of boating now.
Yeah,
Don't end up on this account.
don't be there.
Don't be that guy.
And I'm so, dude, I will say I'm almost thankful for it because I'm way more cautious now. And like,
Yeah.
because dude, those of you who've never like, so if you're on a lake, you know, the lake doesn't move. Okay, there's no tides.
Yeah.
You just have the wind blowing you a certain way.
Yeah.
You know, you're in the waterway and all that shit. You got the tides moving you a certain way and the wind. There's just a million different factors.
Yeah.
And plus, when you're on a boat with 8 people versus 1 person, it drives different every time. So I mean, there's so many things. I've learned a hell of a lot driving a boat.
Yeah.
But it is fun as shit. I will say you feel free, you feel like a pirate, all that kind of shit. It's great.
It's great. My brother also submitted.
Oh yeah.
He says, my brother James, who's been on the show before, he says his favorite birthday was his 18th birthday. Now he was born in December,
Uh-huh.
so he was already at college at 17. He came back, right? He had started dating his now wife,
Mm-hmm.
Anna Catherine. She contacted me and was like, I'm going to drive down and surprise him during the party. We were living at the most classic college house you've ever seen.
Yeah.
4402 Park Ave. The Park Ave crib, we lived there for a year and a half, is like
2.5.
2.5
years.
two,
Yeah.
2.5 years.
Built in 1901.
Yeah. And I would say probably the best years of my college younger days.
Yeah.
Anyway, I decided, I was like, all right, we'll have the party for you at our house. All his buddies were back for Christmas, and we had a fucking party.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a blast. He gives James a bunch of money, and he's like, buy as much Busch Light as you can, because that's what they were drinking. My man goes to the store, comes back, and he's got a bunch of cases of PBR. He says, wow, it was 50 cents cheaper. Trust me, you'll like it. And my little brother at the time was like, yo, what the fuck, PBR? And he texted me earlier, and he said, from that day on, I'm the biggest PBR fan there ever was. Changed my life. And I said, that's perfect. And he goes, unfortunately, I threw it up all over your side steps that night.
Yeah.
I
Well,
was like, oh, shit. But
I'm glad you did, man. That's the point, man. I remember our 18th birthdays and all that, but it's hilarious because I barely remember doing that. But I
Yeah.
think I do actually remember going to the store and I'm like, he gave me X amount of money,
yeah.
and I'm looking at it, and I'm looking over
Well,
at
because
that,
you were a
know.
PBR guy. You were a 6-pack of the Tall Boy PBR like it was nothing.
Dude, because it was
Greatest deal in all the land, $4.99.
Yeah, it was so fucking cheap, and I was like, well, you know, this is better than 40s.
Yeah.
Because again, times were hard. Because I had just gotten in trouble at that time. Like I got in trouble with the law a few times, and like I had to pay a lot of money. And
Yeah.
So, anywho, times were hard, so that's why I was on that, and then I enjoyed it, and then smacked him with that.
That's what it was. He gave you an extra $15 to get yourself beer or whatever.
Yeah.
Something like that. But you came back with PBR, and they were like, what, dude? And then that's the night he fell in love with my man has a PBR ashtray. He's got like,
Yeah.
he loves himself some PBR.
You're welcome.
Interesting. Fun birthdays.
Who's this?
Carolina Squat. Yo, what's good, fellas? Fathom 910.
What's up?
Best
These
birthday
nuts?
gift, batting cage. Okay, Daniel McIntyre said the best birthday gift he's ever gotten was a batting cage and a mound.
Yeah.
Dan, when's the last time you played baseball?
I will say this. This was when he was. I remember this because if you're watching this on Twitch right now, D's nuts. He actually grew up down the street from me, and his dad built him a batting cage in the backyard.
That's badass.
Yeah, and he had the mound back there, and we
Yeah.
go back there to take cuts because I was in middle school and he was probably elementary school, and we were back there just teeing off, and he had it there
Played
until
until I switched high schools.
he had it there up until he left the neighborhood. And dude, we were talking about batting practice and getting in there, competitions of who could throw harder and all that shit. I mean, it was a good time.
Hell yeah.
So that is a great.
Oh, that's
birthday
Chad.
gift.
What up, Chad? How you doing, bro? What'd the wife get you? I would have killed to have a batting cage and a mound. But when I was growing up, the park was 6 minutes away, so we would just go.
Well, yeah, because that one episode.
But a batting cage is the shit. Bringing a bucket of balls to the park with your brother
Yeah.
and being the younger brother, I can't tell you how many times. Go get the balls now. Go shag them.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
There's a price to being the younger brother, but there's
Yeah.
one to being the older too.
She paid for me to go to Greece.
Wow.
Well, that is a hell of a gift.
Okay,
Smokes.
so everybody be jealous of Chad because his wife paid for him to go to Greece
Yeah,
for
Chad,
his
you're the
birthday.
winner. You
So
are the
he
winner
he
for that.
won the birthday gift. Congrats, Chad.
Speaking of winners, the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Mm,
You guessed it.
called it.
You
And
called that like 2 months ago.
I did call it 2 months ago, and that was also I did not know there was a salary. They were above the salary cap. I did not know that.
So I didn't know that either until someone enlightened me.
Yeah,
But it turns out,
but it wasn't illegal because they let them keep going.
yeah. So what's like the story? Like,
It
did
was
they just
illegal.
get fined about that shit?
I
or, like-
know. It was apparently they did it. They played it right. They lawyered up and did some good loophole shit.
You better lawyer up.
Yeah, so they literally played the system well, and guess what? All right, look, you got the team that's actually on the ball field, and then you got the team that gets to people to the ball field.
Right.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say they deserve that win because they got the best of both worlds. They got a good team on the ice,
well,
and then they
yeah.
got the team that looks out for them.
Yeah.
And so like that's 2 in a row. I mean that's good shit.
there was no team beating them. I mean,
Fuck no, dude, they are and I said it when they were playing Carolina. I was like, dude, they are good.
yeah, they're good.
They're good, and that's when I was
Just
like,
good.
they're taking it, man.
I will say that that series clinching game was fucking boring.
Yeah.
Fucking 1-0, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
fucking yawn.
yawn, dude. NBA. Suns went up 2-0 over the Bucks last night.
Mm-hmm.
CP3 was involved in like 54 points or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And, I kind of feel bad for Giannis. Because the dude, first of all, I thought his knee was torn to shreds a week ago.
Yeah, but
The fact that my man is back playing is like crazy. And he went ham last night, dude.
he did.
In the third quarter, dude. Holy fuck.
He was a monster, but
He was a monster. It's just not enough. Like,
mm-mm.
he has to be doing that. Kyrie Middleton has to be doing that.
See, that was the problem. You had
Middleton was off.
he was off, and so was Holiday.
Yeah.
You got to have the full package, man. Because
At least 2.
yeah,
At least because they got it back to within 3 at one point towards the end of the third quarter.
but I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm betting on them on the next game because they'll be at Milwaukee.
On the Bucks.
yeah,
That next game is Sunday. The Bucks are favored -4. Over under is 222.
-4, 222,
Now the over under. I know Denny had over 219, which
Yeah.
hit in like
219 and a half.
the last seconds
Yeah,
because they were fouling.
yeah.
It should have hit.
Well, I'll put it
regardless,
this way. I mean, if Middleton's on, and it's
Like I said, they need 2 out of 3.
Giannis is getting it, like they'll hit that over.
Yeah, I think so too. Because frankly, that could have been way more high scoring. The amount of shots the Bucks miss, and like Giannis would
Yeah.
get to, he would make 2 free throws, miss the next 2.
Yeah, because
Make
this
two,
time,
miss
well,
two.
because he's not gonna have when he goes home, he's not gonna have the
The
crowd
fucking
sitting there
count.
going 1, 2 or whatever,
Yeah,
which is playing with his head. But dude, he finally did something though. I noticed, and he should have been doing this the whole time. He was bouncing the ball at the free throw line to the beat of them counting down. So that kind of takes your mind. If you just play with it, and don't let that fuel the shot. Don't let that get in the way. We need Josh sports psychology, but that's what I would do, and he did that, and I was like, There you go. You got to, because you got to beat it, because free throws matter. Ben Simmons can tell you that.
And they're free.
Yeah. Like,
You got to hit them down the stretch.
You got to, man.
Like, you just can't miss it. And I thought something else that was kind of wild. The Suns, like midway through the third, got fouled to go to the free throw line. And the announcer was like, this is going to be the 4th and 5th free throws of the game for them. I was like, holy shit. It was like almost the end of the third quarter.
Wow.
So it's like the Bucks were playing great defense, which means, or the Suns were just hitting every shot.
Yeah.
And then on the flip end, I mean, the Bucks should have come back and won that game. It's just they had so many looks, and fucking Holiday and Middleton just couldn't convert.
Yeah, so they got to be
Giannis had like 38-9 or something like that.
Yeah.
Some crazy shit. Real quick, though, the Suns and 4 guy, sell out. Listen, I don't know how anyone could go from being on top of the world to, like, just being a complete douche in, like, a week and a half. But this man is now posting videos.
He accomplished that feat.
He got like a signed jersey from Devin Booker, like framed it, put it on his wall. Yeah, awesome. And then post a video, and he's like, "What's up, guys? Suns and 4-minute guy here, blah, blah, blah." He's like, "Check this out." And it pans to the left, and there's like 2 photographs, which are just still shots from the YouTube video. 3 Spalding NBA basketballs and 3 Suns jerseys signed by him. Not even like, signed by him. He's like, yeah, swipe up, purchase or like bid on these, blah, blah. 25% of the proceeds are going to go to Suns charities, like swipe up. And I was like, hold on, fool.
Do you know what he was selling them? Like at the price?
I didn't bother. I'm not going to give him that.
I mean, you can't be selling them.
Dog.
I'm just trying to think of what he thinks he's worth.
Well, that's my thing. And like, you need to do this like down the line after you create. I mean, you went to internet stardom. Yeah. Right? In a week. Yeah. You're doing club appearances. Motherfuckers are shouting you out, the whole deal. Like, you need to play that before you go to selling signed merchandise. Like, what?
Yeah,
no one wants that shit.
Well, obviously he's not capable of thinking about it, or somebody in his camp's not, but he should have just went with the brand Suns and 4, because that is just a great line.
Well, yeah, his Instagram name is suns.in.4.
If he was selling T-shirts and shit,
like Barstool did,
yeah,
and they told him 50% of the profits to you.
That's what he should.
That would have been enough for me. You're getting flown all over the place for free. Like, let other people sell shit, but not. I mean, dude,
let the mythology of what you did sell it for you.
And
you don't need to keep
had in that video. He said 100% of the proceeds are going to Suns charities. Awesome.
That'd have been different.
25%.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you're a sellout.
Nah.
Fuck out of here.
He just, went about it the wrong way.
Just not the way. I don't know who's.
But I mean, it was a great line, great shot.
Dude, everything's great about it. They
could have had a brand off of it.
That video alone.
Yeah.
Ruined him.
Yeah. Fucking shit.
The Euro final. We watched the England match on Wednesday. James was working at Havelock. I hosted a watch along on Twitch with House Party. I didn't tell you about any of this. I had 6 people watching with us.
Are you serious?
So it was me. It was my brother James. It was Dan. Tell the truth, John. It was me, my brother Dan. Zach was in there, Jordan. And then I got my Aunt Gail, who lives in London.
No shit.
So she's been messaging me on Facebook during the matches. That's how we communicate.
Yeah.
I said, download House Party, add Around with the Boys as a username, and then, let me know. And 5 minutes later, I get a note, bing, Gail Markland wants to be your friend. So, right, I accept it. And I'm like, all right, now click to here, right? I took a photo. And then all of a sudden, her little box popped up, and it was Gail.
That's awesome.
Live from London, in the dark, being quiet because her daughter, who she lives with now, just had a baby 6 months ago, Emma. And they had put the baby to sleep. And she said, last time we played, I screamed and woke her up and I got in trouble. And dude, so it was quiet. It was like wild. Like, we were just asking her, like, what's it like there? She said, it's buzzing. Buzzing. She said, it's popping, dude. The pubs, all that shit.
I mean, dude, I'd do anything to be over there for that. Like, just to experience that, to feel their energy off of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, I mean, they've won 1 world title. It was 1966 World Cup. Now that they always claim, self-proclaimed, they invented soccer, and that's football's coming home, right? It's coming home. That's what you keep hearing.
Yeah.
And but it's the first time they've made it to a final since then.
Yeah.
So like they've lost the semifinal in Russia, like against Croatia in the World Cup, right? So they're in the final. They won 2-1 in extra time. Harry Kane converted a controversial penalty, but whatever.
This man is the PK king.
Yeah, so actually it was blocked, and he followed up the rebound and banged it home. Kasper Schmeichel, who was talking shit the day before, he's like, "Has it ever been home?" Dove, but Kane hits the PKs with so much fucking velocity.
The keeper hit it?
So the keeper dove and guessed right. It went down to the keeper's left. So away, so far post from Kane.
Okay.
And he dove and guessed it right, but it was just so strong. It just banged off his forearms, rolled right back out in front of Kane. He just slammed it into the open net.
Got it.
So anyway, they play 3 p.m. against Italy. Yes. Thank you, Dan. There's also controversy. When that PK was taken, right before Kane starts his run-up, a green laser is on Kasper Schmeichel's face.
Oh.
From someone in the crowd.
And yet he still blocked it.
Still blocked it. But I couldn't catch it, which I don't think there's a keeper out that would have caught that ball.
Okay, so if that laser shit's true, fuck that guy with the laser.
Yeah, so England was sanctioned. And there's like a huge investigation into who that was.
It should be because, dude, you're taking away from the purity of the game. Like,
yeah, it's absolute disrespect.
Get the fuck out.
It's disrespect. It's you just don't do it.
I bet you that dude had, he's probably with some bookie shit.
I'm just glad that he actually saved the PK and that Kane scored on the rebound. Had he guessed the wrong way or missed it or whatever, and Kane just slots it, there's a whole nother controversy.
Well, my thing is, it wasn't Kane's fault that some dickhead was pointing a laser.
Nobody's fault except for that guy.
And like I said, I guarantee that dude. Well, hopefully he did that shit because he was betting heavy as hell on England. But anyway.
Brandon with another great point.
Yeah.
When Raheem Sterling drew the penalty in the 100 and whatever it was, 9th minute, there was a second ball on the field, which when that happens, play is supposed to stop.
Yeah.
So technically, none of that should have happened. Good shit, McManus.
Yeah.
Loyal, day one listener.
Yeah, shout out to everybody on chat who's tuned in. Again, every Friday we do this. We're going to be live on Twitch.
Twitch.tv/AroundWTheBoys.
So you can get on there. You can be a part of the show. Throw some comments, some questions, and we'll shout out you.
And save us with great points. That's 2 great points.
Yeah, do all that kind of stuff. So from now on, just put it on the lookout, on the radar.
Anyway, final Sunday, 3 p.m. England +160, Italy +200.
What you got?
You know who I'm riding with.
I know who you're rooting for, but who do you got?
I think England are going to be too big for them.
Okay.
I think they're just too big.
Okay.
The Italy center backs, right? Chiellini and whoever the other, they're old heads. They're both in their 30s. But
I did call them going to the final.
I
said
solid.
they'd beat Spain, though. I said
they're solid. Yeah, they should. Spain was the better team.
But I called it, though.
Yeah.
Remember, you were like, I don't know. I was like, I'm telling you. But
so that's what I was gonna say, Dan. He said Italy +200, but pushes to extra time. Right. So there's a separate bet you can take. Mind you, these +160 and +200 are regulation time only.
Yeah.
So 90 minutes.
Okay.
They have separate bets that say to lift the cup, right, or to lift the trophy. I'm going to bet England to lift the trophy.
Gotcha.
Or England wins in PKs as a separate bet. Dan thinks it's going to PKs. I see that too. I see a 1-1. And I called it 1-1. I was texting with a guy before the game the other day, and he's like, "What are you taking?" And I was like, "Dude, I'm staying away from it. I just want to enjoy the game." But my thoughts are England 1-0 or 1-1 extra time, and then England pulls it off. Wow. And it went extra time.
And that's at 3 o'clock?
Sunday, 3 p.m.
All right, Rounders, check that out. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, so what I've started doing now, obviously I stream on the Twitch, but I do the watch along via House Party, so I just share that screen. So House Party's cool. You can join it. You can come in and out and leave. If you want to join it and watch it with us, come on.
Hell, our listener out there in England, hit us up, man.
Yeah.
We'll watch that shit with you.
Yeah.
Actually, fuck that. I'd rather you go somewhere where there's a big-ass party and tell us all about it. But
Send us a video.
but if you're at home, hit us up.
Yeah. And like Cilantro downtown is gonna be fucking nuts.
Yeah.
I just
My main thing is hopefully I won't be too hungover from the night before, which is the McGregor fight.
which brings us to the final point.
Yep.
Anyway, go 3 lines. Captain Kane, he'll bring it home.
Harry.
McGregor versus, well, he's Cajun. Poirier.
Yeah.
McGregor versus Poirier, the trilogy.
The trilogy.
The third time. McGregor is an underdog at
Mhm.
plus 105. Poirier is minus 125. I personally think McGregor did not train hard at all for the second one and kind of hoped that he lost so that he could make more money off the trilogy fight.
Yeah, I'm betting McGregor hard, obviously.
We took him so hard last time. We hyped him up so well,
Yeah.
and he was just a flat out fucking disappointment.
It fucking sucked.
This time around, I've really been following him on the gram for the last month or so,
Yeah.
and he's been training his fucking balls off.
Yeah, dude. My brother is a massive, massive McGregor fan.
Probably the biggest McGregor fan I know. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's dead serious about it. And he says like dude, there's a clear difference this time than last time. And
yeah.
he was looking at some of the interviews McGregor apparently was saying last time he was training like 80 something percent of his time with boxing. Okay?
Mhm.
And not his old not UFC style. So this
Right.
time he said fuck the boxing and went back to like that UFC style training because I mean, dude, and which he should because boxing's it's a one-dimensional thing like
Right. Yeah.
like you learn boxing, you got boxing.
Yeah.
Right? The UFC is constantly
I mean, there's 4 different kinds of
Yeah.
of completely different martial arts that you need to know.
and the entire fight's a freestyle. So you got to be able at any moment. You can't just be like, "All right, I'm going to keep him off of the ground and all that." No. If this were me, if I was training, I would put full circle in all of it.
Yeah, everything.
I don't care how much longer it took, how much harder I had to work. I would do that because it's freestyle fighting, and you have to be able to do it all.
Yeah.
So I'm glad he took that route this time versus last time.
Yeah, he's been busting his ass, and he probably last time was really focused on the business,
Yeah,
as you could tell from what he's done this year.
yeah,
And this now so McGregor's a wild story.
Yeah.
McGregor, his first professional martial arts fight was in 2008 in Dublin, in some small Ireland fighting league.
mm-hmm.
In 2013, Dana White goes to Dublin beginning of the year to accept an honorary award or something.
Yeah. Some kind of award. I didn't even.
Seems to me like it was all set up because
Yeah,
they, after the ceremony, proceeded to like convince him to sign McGregor to the UFC.
yeah.
He does it a couple days later.
Great decision.
The best decision Dana White's ever made. No, I won't say that. Buying the UFC is the
Yeah,
best decision
yeah.
he ever made. But as far as building the UFC brand, one of the reasons UFC is as big as it is because of this man.
For sure.
He goes out, he has his first fight April 2013, knocks the motherfucker out in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
And it was on from there. Mind you, this man, so in 2008, was fighting some small fighting league in Ireland,
Mm-hmm.
and he was a plumber full time.
Yep.
13 years later, it is 2021. He's the highest paid athlete in the world.
Yeah. And that's the world.
In
Like,
the world.
anytime there's
In
the world
2021,
behind your name, that's insane.
in 2021, he is the highest paid athlete in the world at $208 million.
Good God. Can you hand me a beer real quick? And just on that note, man, that I love, first off, shout out to Connor. His birthday is 2 days after mine, which is pretty wild. So we're literally like the same age except for 2 days. But it really just goes to show you, man, like, dude, I just love a good success story like that. And like the dude was plumbing and he said, fuck this, I'm going to fight. But actually he started boxing, ironically, when he was 12. Because like everybody over there in the UK and Ireland, all that, he was playing soccer.
Yeah.
Duh.
Right.
But then like he was a little smaller. You know, some people don't grow till high school. I think he was kind of that kind of guy.
Mhm.
And like he took boxing to learn how to fight. And then he ended up learning from that. I like fighting way more than soccer.
Yeah.
And you know, and
Well, 'cause
that sparked his journey.
And they said that he used to get so hot-headed during games.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he would want to fight opponents during games and shit.
Yeah.
And they're like, dude, you just need to...
You need to go fight, dude. You need to go be somewhere where you can just go crush somebody's face.
So McGregor, this year alone, he made $28 million from the first fight.
Yeah.
and 180 million from his Proper 12 deal, which he did about 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as that deal finished, as soon as it was signed, said, delivered, he went on a rampage, like training. Like all you see is him training now.
Yeah.
And he even said like the business is done. Now it's time to get to work.
Yeah.
And so he's number one. Number two, Messi, 126 million, $91 million salary a year with Barcelona, which they might not be able to afford. His contract just ended 2 days ago. He's officially a free agent.
Wow.
And Barcelona is in so much debt that they're fucked. That's a whole different story. Ronaldo, number three, 120 million. He gets paid 70 million a year from his salary and 50 million a year from endorsements.
That's insane, dude.
He's the most followed user on Instagram.
But it makes sense though, because soccer is the most popular sport in the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it does make sense.
Absolutely makes
But
sense.
I just think it's fucking crazy that on that what was it, top 50
Mhm.
or 100 on that list, the number one is a fighter.
For this year, because of his
But still,
liquor deal. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, whatever. But still,
A guy who gets hit in the head over and over and over just did the biggest business deal in sport.
straight up, dude.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah.
And because
And listen, I'm here to tell you right now, Proper 12
yeah.
is fucking amazing. And I'm sure we will do some shots of it this evening.
Oh,
Your
yeah.
brother's going to show up with a bottle.
Yeah, well, Saturday night, he was like, dude, don't worry about buying Proper. I got it. So I was like,
Yeah.
And I'm not a big liquor guy, so I'm one shot for me. And
Are y'all watching it at your house?
Mm-hmm. Facts. Not streaming this time because it brought us bad luck. We need to win.
Well, I also had no fucking idea what I was doing.
Yeah, we didn't know how to stream at that
I
time.
can stream the shit out of it now and be
Yeah,
fine. But
fuck that.
either way, yeah, no. And it was like fucking 1 a.m. by the time they
Yeah,
fought. It
we're
was
gonna
such a
make some
pain
money,
in the dick.
dude. If y'all, I guess we probably deleted it, but when we first did that stream, when Connor was fighting, our boy Tesh was passed out. Like, dude, we had people
Oh,
passed out
God.
in the stream, and like,
Well, yeah, because it just kept going. It just
Yeah,
did not
it was
fucking-
hilarious, dude. We were damn near blackout, all of us.
God almighty. But yeah, so that fight, they say 10 p.m.
we all know it's 12:30.
Yeah, it's going to be
We know.
12:30 in the morning. We're riding hard, McGregor. I mean, there's
Yeah.
no doubt about it.
I'm throwing the money down on it. Hopefully, we don't lose any money, and I'm also betting the Bucks. I'm gonna take England, just because all I've heard from Italy is the stout defense. I think it's gonna be a boring ass game,
Yeah, it's going to be a boring game.
you know.
Um,
And like honestly, if it does go to PKs, that's great. But being a soccer player my whole life, I played in college. I hate ending games on PKs. I'd rather play till we fucking dropped. I swear, because
Yeah.
I don't think that has nothing to do with the team. You know, that's just an individual thing that you practice like on your own.
Yeah.
There's no team shit in that. It all comes down to that. I hate it. Like, so I'd rather play till I dropped with a golden goal, obviously.
yeah, or do 2 games and do an aggregate score.
No, I'd finish it right then that day till we all fell
But
out.
that's why they always see. Here's the deal with the Euro, though. The final is usually always at a neutral spot
Yeah.
because of COVID. That's why everyone's like, "Oh, this whole Euro tournament was set up for England because they played." I think it's going to be 6 out of 7 games at Wembley.
Yeah, that's not their fault, and
That's not their fault. Yeah,
neither
I
is
mean,
COVID, and neither is how like scared everybody's reacted to COVID. Like, I mean,
it's chance, dude. It just
Like,
so
dude-
happens that they get to play at home. Like,
look at Tyson Fury. I was looking forward to having McGregor fight 2 weeks later, Tyson Fury, but now they got fucking COVID.
yeah, I know that. If you didn't know, there was an outbreak yesterday in his camp, and that fight's been delayed.
Fucking whack. If COVID was a person, I wish Connor and Tyson could fight that guy at the same time. Just saying. But with that,
We're going to James's house tonight to
Yep.
party. Check us out on the Instagram. We're going to post some videos and shit. We'll talk about it next week. Go McGregor. Come on, England. Bring it the fuck home.
go England. Oh, if you're watching all this shit, hit us up on this post when we put the post up. Let us know what your bets are. You know, and
Yeah, tell us.
obviously you know mine, but if you got something better, I might throw a couple dollars on there.
Please send your bet
I
slips.
will shout you out if we win.
See y'all next week.
Peace.
Later.